Connie wanted to look at, and I took hers back. Beyond it tonight, I stay up too late to watch the Steelers win.
I went to bed.
I had to stay up and watch it.
It was over before 11.
I know, but I get too keyed up. I can't go to sleep right away. Who won? Steelers. Of course. Sorry. Oh, no, I stayed up and watched it. Yeah, see, I really don't like that one, so.
Well, I didn't know. I don't care about any. I just like to watch good football.
See, that's why I can't do fantasy. I can't root for a person, it's a team, and I can't go, oh, I'm okay with that team winning, even though I don't like them, because there's somebody on that team that I have on my team. I can't do that.
Then we got our rock cream.
I can't do that.
But you're playing the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't like the Patriots. I don't like their coach.
We'll go back to that.
Yeah.
And then I want to go ledgers after that.
I don't want to go with him. So I drafted Mercer
Yeah.
Company.
It was
Just an outside.
Fair weather camper, swim camp when it's 85 degrees.
I didn't you?
We tested out our furnace this week. Whole body.
It's tough to watch Saturday.
Sorry.
Hey, my teams don't play well.
After your vacation, I didn't tell him this text calls in between us.
I knew it was, I couldn't go to watch it anymore.
I know that feeling.
Whenever a team gets hyped and they're not used to it.
I was very nice.
For what? Oh, I will root for Iowa, even though I like Iowa State. I paid tuition to Iowa for kids, so I can root for Iowa. Yeah, I did that.
Tutor you get home on Sunday. Two came hurt.
Well, now we have one right down there.
Oh, that's right. Lucas. Huh?
Yeah.
I know.
Got one here in town. So that killed another one.
All the songs in there.
Take one and make that back up.
That isn't me, that's all her. Did you see the new ones tonight?
Oh, they're doing tonight.
Yeah, she just put the new ones out.
I like the Mitchellville ones.
Yeah.
I saw those ones. Brad. I like the ones today.
Did you see the days?
Yeah.
On motorcycles?
Yeah, that's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, she's pretty creative with that stuff.
Yeah.
If she needs help, I'll help her. That's all her. She plans it, sets it all up.
Did you build motorcycles too then?
What's that?
Are they on road motorcycles?
No, they play bowls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she just, I know we have her probably last time I saw her. Yeah, she decided to bring them up tonight.
And then you went uptown, and you guys went out to the interstate or something?
We went north.
7 o'clock, let's call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Waller,
Yes.
Morrow,
Here.
Roberts,
Yes.
Zook,
Here.
Hoover,
Yes.
Mayor Brand.
Here, please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept the tentative agenda?
So move.
Moved and seconded, we approve the tentative agenda.
We need to amend the tentative agenda to add the consent line, item number C, to approve the liquor license application for Backroads Tavern LLC. They changed hands before our next council meeting.
Need a motion for that?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded, we amend the consent agenda to be reflected in the tentative agenda to add item C, which is the liquor license application for Backroads Tavern LLC. Any discussion on the amendment? Need a roll call on the amendment.
Lawler,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Any discussion now on on the motion as amended for the tentative agenda? Roll call?
Hoover,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, we approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? Roll call?
Hoover,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on something? Okay, moving on. Okay, I think we have a presentation by People Services. Whoever's gonna speak, or both of you, or whatever, yeah, well, you can come up and stand at the podium and look very official and.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. Well, thank you for your opportunity to present to you. I'm Chris McConnell with People Service. I'm based out of Omaha. This is Steve Robinette. He's the Iowa Region Manager. So you do have a proposal in front of you for operating the wastewater treatment plant. We've been doing this for 33 years, and we're very entrenched in the community and in the state. Steve's the highest license in Iowa. He'd be the project manager. He lives, 13 minutes away probably? Yeah. But, we really wanted to open it up to questions if you had the opportunity to review this. And give you kind of the floor to, what's on your mind. One of the advantages of contracting with People Services is that you are getting a depth of experience. So it's no more headache about turnover. We're here to keep you compliant, improve efficiencies, and be your partner through capital plans down the road. And that's kind of it in a nutshell. But I really want to open it up for questions and concerns you might have.
I think someone had a question. How many hours in a day is someone going to be in the wastewater facility? On average?
There'll be a full-time employee there. We talk more about scope of work, what it takes to get the scope of work done, but there'll be a full-time 40-hour employee. And any overtime, of course, is our responsibility, but when I have anything too close, or sometimes we like to share in projects with employees, especially during emergencies and whatnot. That wouldn't necessarily, so in this case, we wouldn't necessarily have operators leaving town here to go somewhere else. It'd be the other way around for vacations and time off, holidays, things like that.
Okay.
More likely it'll be me filling in those gaps. But
And what we do is, we will hire somebody or relocate somebody internally for a position, and you'll see multiple people there. And it's one of the advantages we have as an organization, because if they're in the water wastewater industry, there's more opportunity because they have exposure to multiple sites, multiple communities. It helps them pass the tests, and there's a career path. So like Steve said, there's a very defined scope of work, which we will make sure we get done. And if I didn't do a good job there, if it takes 20 people to do it, we'll bring our 20 people to do it. But that's kind of what you're getting here. Other questions, concerns, comments?
It was laid out pretty plainly in there.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward. We're very transparent. We're a lean operation in the sense of not a lot of layers of hierarchy. I mean, Steve has got a great team, and you know, it's advantageous that he only lives 15 minutes away. So he's actually looking forward to that because he's all over the place. You know, through our walkthrough, we know some stuff, and you know, we have kind of a plan of attack, and we're very concise as far as when we get the keys of starting off and getting going. And we're an extension of city services. We take it very serious, so we're your partner. You see a people service shirt and thing on the truck, but we're part of the community, and you know, we do.
And we have a specific scope of work we do, but we go outside of that too. It's all hands on deck, whatever community we're in, whether it be public works, something on the water side, whatever it takes. If a community gets in a bench.
How set are you on the term of the agreement? Like 5 years to me, for us entering into something new seems like a long time.
Well, if I'm a grade 3 operator and you want to hire me, I need longevity. That's really the short term. It's going to be hard to find a headcount to do it. I mean, it's really, it's our job to exceed your expectations and have a good employee here that does a really good job so we can be partners forever. But 5 years is pretty standard, where it gives us an opportunity to use our bandwidth to recruit, possibly relocate somebody, and a grade 3 operator kind of almost write their own ticket, so it takes commitment to get somebody locked in.
What would, kind of to tag off of what LeBrant said, what would be, I don't know, how would we handle it? In our opinion, we thought that particular operator maybe wasn't doing, or things just, we aren't made.
Totally track. Obviously, business is about people, and we are not perfect. It's communication. You're one phone call away from the boss. You're 2 phone calls away to escalate it. But we take it very serious. A lot of times, it's just extra training, to setting expectations.
Those concerns would be brought with me, and I would deal with those.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's an open book, so we would hope that we have a relationship where we can shoot straight, because we shoot straight internally as an organization. We'll do that with you. We would hope you would do that with us, so we could course correct and early enough in the process so something doesn't fester. Because it could be a little thing, maybe it's a miscommunication. We won't handle it. As a company, we want to exceed your expectations, because you have the most control of this. You're not happy, you don't renew. That's the most control you can have, So we take that very serious.
Yeah, and I think we always hope, regardless whether it's city business or private business, that when we hire a new employee or person to be part of a team, that they're going to mesh well with the existing group. But sometimes you just blow it. Things don't work for whatever reason.
We try to exceed expectations because it's on him if it doesn't. He gets grumpy.
You got caught in the middle.
If we get into I don't know what that could be, but if we get into a situation where somebody's requiring us, and we're gonna have to enter into a capital project, that heads up come from you, and How do you get us through that?
Well, I'll let Steve, because that's.
We get it on the ground floor and offer as many suggestions as we can. You'll have an engineer, I'm sure, involved in something, but they're no substitute for a good operator. So we attend all, every meeting, pre-construction meetings, all throughout the process, and punch list stuff, and give our recommendations.
And we work with you from day one, so we start to look at things, and through our monthly meetings where we provide a council report that has everything of, here's all the work orders that are being done, we're able to tell you, hey, start to earmark for something, because you need to start planning for it. And then we can help you with a rate study, and there's, you have a partner in this where you can kind of be more informed and make more fact-based decisions moving forward. That's what we do.
Hey, Paul? Questions, concerns?
We're looking into a service agreement with Iowa Pump. How would that work with you guys?
For annual maintenance,
Yeah.
and we do that a lot. We do that almost everywhere we're at too. So, we take care of the routine maintenance and the preventive maintenance, and even if pumps and routine stuff we can pull ourselves and claim we do, but we coordinate that work with Iowa Pump. So that in and of itself, nothing would change there, that annual agreement.
So they just kind of tie it together. Am I kind of hearing?
Would we need to enter into an agreement with Iowa Pump first?
Excuse me?
Would we need to enter into that agreement? We
yeah,
don't currently have one.
We do that if we're involved in a community anyway, because they'll go above and beyond just what one guy can do. They'll measure motors, they'll go through your control panel and do a lot of things that are kind of outside of our lane. It usually ends up being a reasonable cost. I don't know what you end up paying, but it's for the money. It usually ends up being a pretty good deal.
So are you asking, would we be double paying?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the agreement was put on my desk this morning. I really haven't looked at it too closely.
And that's just once a year they come in. They pull the pumps, change the oil in them. I'm not sure how deep your new lift station is. Is it?
We're gonna be having a brand new one in a month, maybe.
And that's, you know how deep that is?
Not right offhand.
It may not matter. Sometimes if these wet wells can get as big as 30, 40 feet deep. So sometimes that gets problematic for us to pump ourselves, and depending on what equipment's available for us to use, but.
There'll be a crane there.
Okay.
Maybe. Calm down.
So would the money?
I told them to put a crane there.
There's a basket there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully there's a crane if there's a basket.
Would the money for the agreement come out of the operating costs?
Yeah, that could come out of that maintenance fund. We do that a lot of times
That would
too.
be out of your maintenance fund?
Yeah.
Or paying you? Okay.
Yep.
So the maintenance fund is basically your money, we're just the custodian of it, and that goes into the monthly reporting of what's being spent, oil changes, that sort of thing, and you can tell us, as we look at this quarterly, go ahead and use this for that, and it's your money, so that's kind of what we do with that.
I thought it said $910.
$921 for a
21.
one time.
And that's beginning when?
We haven't entered it yet.
Okay.
They just sent it to me this morning. So it's kind of is this something you might want to do, Paul, right now?
Well, I mean, if you were to enter into agreement with us, right here, right now, I'd say this could wait
Okay.
at least a year.
Before we enter into an agreement with Iowa Pump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Okay.
But moving forward, as time goes on, that may be something to reconsider.
I don't know, I've talked to a couple people at my work, some of the salesmen, because I work at Municipal Supply, and they said you guys would be great for our wastewater guess I'm worried about how it's gonna affect our budget.
I haven't,
That's more for Candy
Yeah.
than you guys.
I have it worked out for this year. We haven't, for this fiscal year. With the loss of one salary, since we would not hire that position, the salary and the benefits is huge, so that will help me be able to move things around. I have not started this into the budget for fiscal '23, but we would be able to work it in there. We would have to if we do this.
How much of the current, salaries come out of wastewater budget?
Currently, a third of the guys's, a third comes out of wastewater, well, no, actually 40% comes out of wastewater, 40 out of water, and 20 out of roads. So I'm gonna juggle those around and move more of theirs out of water and roads. My salary, half came out of sewer and half came out of water, and mine will be put into probably more coming out of the general fund. Brianne's, half of hers comes out of sewer and half of water because she does billing for water and sewer.
What's our current, on average, total year budget for wastewater? Do you have that?
I have, where I was looking around. Right now, current payroll coming out of water and wastewater is $115,335. That's everybody coming out of water, $115,000 coming out of wastewater, and then $46,000 coming out of roads. So
that we're just talking about wastewater there, right?
we have $115,000 coming out of wastewater, yes. $115,000 coming out of water.
Okay, both. So
Yes.
you would have to take that 115,000 out and put it into water, roads.
Water and roads. I have it configured with leaving 63,000 in there right now, because we've already had some salaries coming out of that, because half a year will be gone before we start this. And that balances it out. I'm able to get it all moved around with taking out the benefits, because the benefits coming out of wastewater is 70,000. Benefits coming out of water is 70,000. So that severely decreases benefits when we decrease the salaries. Maintenance goes down, training goes down, fuel goes down, chemicals goes away because we don't do chemicals, and supplies goes down. So if we put in people service, I actually have wastewater coming out a positive almost 3,500 as opposed to $17, which is what our budget says it'll come out at.
Can you guys, take care of all the Keystone End and?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep, all in-house, outside lab tested.
No, I didn't give you my little numbers in your packet, because I didn't know.
Why you hiding it from?
I sometimes.
No, I'm just thinking how it's gonna affect the '23 budget for roads and water. Not, you know what I mean?
For everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
everything.
but how would it impact it when we hire if we can hire a wastewater manager for 80,000 plus another
yeah.
40,000 in benefits? That's 120,000. This is 148,000. So there's not a whole lot of difference there.
Those aren't equal.
But there's not that big of a difference there.
To you.
I see.
And we would be minus some of the headaches. Besides the money.
And the 148 includes some maintenance and chemicals that's already in your budget that's moved over from one pocket to the other, is all that is. It's generally for a grade 3, we're really close, and sometimes we save, you know, we know it's pretty close. And the headache, you can only attach a dollar value to that.
You know, to help us out to focus more on the next phase of the water project and, housing development.
And if you want, I don't have you guys obviously making a decision tonight that I think will be for the next council meeting. I can do preliminary fiscal '23 budget figures years and kind of see where we're sitting.
Well, I would just like
Having
to
to
know
move things
how
around.
that would affect it, because if you go through those numbers and you're like, yeah, it's not really gonna affect
Affect
it,
us this year.
then I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
Well, not
I can
this year,
present,
but-
I can present some fiscal $23 and kind of do a little report and show you how it affect the various funds.
That's my concern about being 5 years is we're kind of in this situation because we're trying to Band-Aid the fact that we didn't get the applicants we wanted for the amount of money we wanted.
We didn't get
My
any
question-
applicants.
My question is if the money changes, then do we get the applicants and then is that?
Well, we've been underpaying
No,
for that for a year.
I understand what we're saying there.
Yeah.
And we're underpaying because, and let's put it this, last 18 months, everything's changed, so. But,
You're underpaying because a lot of people don't realize what it takes to actually run these plants.
no, I understand.
I'm talking about underpaying on salary. We've been underpaying salary for years, and now we're gonna have to, not, and I wanna know how that's gonna affect everything else.
Yeah, I think we need to look at it, not, I understand what we're gonna do this year. I understand how we might make it through next year. I'm just, are we gonna be able to do that?
Sustain.
And once we get into it, you know, are we ever gonna feel comfortable getting out of it? My guess is not until something major changes, that we have to have a major change down there, i.e. increased capacity, you know, whatever. I don't know what it would be. And I hope not to be sitting here, but
Through this whole process, we're still gonna continue working with our grade 3 wastewater.
Yeah, I think potentially down the road, we can get one of our current employees to get to a grade 3.
well,
In
half
which
your
case-
salary comes out. How about you?
Become a wastewater operator?
Sure.
I think it would take me 5 years if that's
About
what you
Bree?
want.
How about all of us? Well, no, seriously.
It's training, it's classes, it's not
That's
just.
good. That's good. Nothing wrong with having 3 of them.
I think
It's a
we have
specialty, not a
public works
side job.
employees that would be able to get to
Oh,
a
it's a
grade
gig
3.
economy out here. I just felt we need more discussion, we need to crunch the numbers a little harder. I mean, I think Steve's right on a lot of what he's questioning and asking.
Yeah, I don't have
Paul
any
obviously
questions about how
more
you
than what
guys
all
are
of us
gonna
do.
because I have all the faith in the world in what you guys are gonna do, I just didn't wanna.
Wanna
And we
make sure
appreciate you being
sustain
here.
it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because this would be a hell lot harder discussion if we didn't have an option.
I would appreciate the opportunity. We're open for any questions. Want us to come
Yeah.
back?
Okay.
Feel free.
Yep.
No worries.
Thank you,
Okay.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Thank you.
Now your proposal was good through the end of November? I don't remember what date you said there.
I have to put something down. so-
I know.
But what will change is if, let's say if you voted on it next one, we'd have to bump the start from Jan 1 to Feb 1, so that's kind of a delay. So,
Okay,
that's the only thing. But if it gets to that point, we can talk.
We'll figure something out.
It's
Yeah.
no worry.
okay.
I just have to put some placeholder in there to move on to the next item.
Again, thanks for coming.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks. Have a good night.
All right, so you're gonna bring us some
I
kind of
will-
sort of budget numbers next time. and
I'll try to do a 5-year. My answer. But I mean, I will update this and give you.
When you give us the rest of it.
Oh, just
I just
on,
said I wanna see V and K's opinion.
on people service, or what do you want their opinion on?
Both.
Everything. We're paying for it, right?
Yeah, all right,
Yes.
cheers.
All right, next item. Is there a motion to, receive and file the annual finance report?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded that we receive and file the annual finance report. Anybody have a question for Tammy? Roll call?
Roberts,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Hooper,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
motion to amend the tax increment area, which is rather repealing that ordinance. Be the second reading.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Zook,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Murrow,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes. I make a motion to waive the third reading. Second.
Moved and second. We waive the third reading. Any discussion? Roll call.
Roberts,
Yes.
Murrow,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Lawler.
Yes.
All right, next item, lift station schedule and progress, or lack thereof.
And Page with Synergy is here. I did kind of give you a summation of the schedule or of how they're sitting right now with the project.
What happened to our starting box culvert today?
Are we behind on the box culvert?
Last I knew, they were supposed to be starting, road removal today. If they didn't get to it today, it would be tomorrow.
Yeah, the roads weren't closed today, that's
Okay.
what. They still were working some on Jasper, and I assume that's the, is that the force main?
Yes.
I know we got the gravity line dug clear back to the, where they started again.
Well,
It's not in, but they got a hold of it. I check most every night. It's my backyard.
I'd kind of given them a summation of where we were after our Thursday meeting last week, and just told them we kind of agreed we were doing an extension at this time. We kind of want to wait until November 1st, and we'd have a better idea of a completion date by then.
correct. So the extending of the completion date or the substantial completion date would be based on the lift station starting up. With that said, we already have motion in works with Mid-Am to try to get service to the station. So as of right now, our startup date is November 1st for initial run. Once that would take place, then we would start putting everybody onto that system. Not included in the substantial date that we are asking for is the box culvert of the road, because that does not affect the sanitary system itself. That is more of the storm system. So once that gets completed, since it has concrete over it, it doesn't give us a cap date, which HMA would give us a cap date. We decided to change the box culvert from a precast to a cast in place, which is a stronger product, and would be able to be manipulated or moved however we need to with the utilities within there. Instead of having a pre-done design, we felt would be a better strength in that area. But the actual lift station right now is scheduled for November 1st with startup. And that was based on getting Mid-Am to remove their pole and delays in the generator.
And I think it's the force main.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all gonna be bored, or is it gonna be dug once you get done behind Tammy's house in the swamp?
Yeah, so we have the force main already in two parts. To get it connected, we have to bring the bore machine back in and get it bored due to the swampiness of it. There's no way to get back down that deep again. So we're having the bore team come back Wednesday, and they're gonna connect the two areas, and then the force main will be complete. So the force main and all the piping will be complete within the next about 2 weeks or less, and then that's when the startup will happen, because all of it's complete, and then all the motors, generator, all the electrical will be connected with Mid-Am service there. And then after that would just be the box culvert and final details around the lift station, like the fence and restoration.
So are they putting both lines in now as they're digging?
No, so the sanitary is already in. We already came through once with the sanitary. Now we have to come through with the force main. Due to the elevations, they can't be put in at the same time.
Okay, so when they're putting the force main in,
Mm-hmm.
are they gonna, like I said, once they've gotten through Tammy's swamp, are they gonna come back and dig the rest of for the force main, or are they gonna bore it all?
So there's gonna be one stretch, I think it's from Tammy's towards your corner, that would be bored, and then they'll take off with one small stretch after there. They've already came across, so all they have to do is get it connected behind the north-south, I would say, of that area.
Okay.
So you're pretty confident in 11-1?
I am confident in 11-1 as long as Mid-Am can get their service connected. That's the only thing stopping us at this point. Our electrician's been on site every day for 2 weeks, getting everything connected, and they're just waiting for that service. So generators and pumps should be connected this week. And we already have Iowa Pump, Jetco, electrician, and ourselves on schedule for November 1st.
November 1st is our next meeting date, yes.
And you'll come join us?
I sure can try.
I think that would be a great idea.
Okay.
Maybe we should hold our meeting out at my house.
At my house?
Yeah.
On my deck?
It's a good meeting spot. It just might be funny.
No, from her applicants or mine.
Moving on.
So, okay, any other questions or whatever for? Okay.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a motion to approve change order number 4 for the lift station project? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Where's this money gonna come from?
It comes from the lift station project.
Oh, so there's plenty in there?
Well, it depends.
Or
It's an overrun, so it's more than budgeted.
it's almost $12,000 more. For this one? For this one, till we get to the next one. So we can cover it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roll call.
Hoover,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Barham,
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve change order number 5?
So move.
second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Roll call.
Barham,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the Deer Run number 2 final plat?
So moved.
second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Hoover,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Lawler,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve Deer Run number 3 final plat?
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes. These road names aren't good. We've already got a Cotton and they wanna call one Cottonwood. That's way too confusing. And what was the name of that other road?
Buckhorn.
Buckhorn, Whitetail, and Fawn Court.
I don't like Buckhorn.
Any of the names?
I don't care about the other two names.
C and Z discussed that too, and they
They
understand the reference to the Deer Run.
I think it would make it difficult for emergency responders or for people to call 911 with these names. I wish they would call them 9th and 10th.
So you can approve the plat based on Kimberly coming back with new names, or you can choose not to approve it at this time and tell them you want them to come back with more names, if that's what the consensus is.
If they can change the names, I would be happy with that.
Would you be in favor of approving it with name changes?
That's what I just, okay, so, yes. Yep.
Do we need an amendment?
No, you will
Just-
just, your motion to approve that is pending,
Name
name
changes
changes,
to
yeah.
Cottonwood and Buckhorn?
Yes.
What was the other one?
Whitetail and Fawn Court.
I take it you've
You're good with
your
Vaughn?
He wants it all changed. Because of the.
I can tolerate that.
I can tolerate all of them,
I think the other names could be confusing and it could delay response time. When people call 911, they don't know where they are. Right, Mike?
Very true.
And then the mailman may have some issues too.
Well, and P&Z was hesitant on cottonwood because they wanted to make sure that it was clear that it wasn't cotton, but cottonwood, and how many people would say cottonwood and.
Cottons.
And eventually, if the roads go all the way through, it could end up at Cotton. So you'd have the corner of Cotton and Cottonwood.
Oh, they're two different things.
Barely.
Okay. Any other discussion?
What is it we're gonna vote on?
Okay, approving of Deer Run number 3 final plat with the stipulation that they come back with new names for Buckhorn and Cottonwood.
But don't you already have a motion and a second?
He was asking for clarification,
Okay.
so that's what we're voting on.
Right.
We all good? Understand?
What if Kimberly comes back and says no?
They're not.
Then we don't approve their plat.
Yeah,
They
and they
can't
don't
take
know
out
their
permits.
names.
Kind of harsh, isn't it?
Well, or you could think about it eventually, I mean, after the project's all done, they're gonna deed all the roads back to us, so we could change all the names at that time if we wanted to. It's easier for them to do it now before they sell houses there, and we say, hey, we're changing all these names. I don't know, just throwing that out there.
I have to say, we're gonna miss out on the deer hunting crowd.
I think we got plenty elsewhere.
There's no more deer out there anymore, so.
There's no turkeys either, and they're in my backyard.
Okay, roll call.
Roberts,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Murrow,
Yes.
Okay. Next item is their motion to approve the Fox Ridge preliminary plat survey.
So moved.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Waller,
Yes.
Murrow,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Zook,
Yes.
Okay, next item, their motion to approve the Jennings final plat survey.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Zook,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Murrow,
Yes.
Hoover,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ellen.
The library's gonna do a trunk or treat on October 30th. July.
What time?
6 to 8.
Okay.
And we can put that on the light.
Oh, the sign? Okay, we sit on the lights, and I'm like, what lights?
I have to look up.
All right. Mike?
As of this morning, 359 calls so far this year. And I'm proud to say that we have a new paramedic on our roster. As soon as we get her cleared, she'll be up in operations for us, so we're pretty excited about that. Otherwise, it's business as usual. I'll leave Matt for the fun stuff, but that's all I have for the fire department right now.
Okay. Paul?
I was gonna work on a seasonal shutdown, and like I get with Steve. And, you guys will be done with the concession stand,
Yeah, you turn the water off.
shut it off. Cemetery's off, it's good to go, and that's about all I got.
Okay. Matt?
Just working on, finishing up end of year stuff. We just did the last big in the park the other day. It was a little chilly, but it worked out all right. We are getting ready, Parks and Rec Commission is working with Parks and Rec Department, which is working with Fire Department for October 23rd. Saturday is going to be, our haunted house, plus we're gonna do some food, and pumpkin carving competition, costume contest. I practiced it on the way over here, and I really had it, I thought I had it knocked down. Anyway, so we're gonna have costume contest for the kiddos. We're gonna have costume contest for adults as well. Music, we'll shut down the street in front of the fire station and community center. So it's gonna be a good time. We have expanded our haunted house from just the ambulance bay to the entire bay of the fire station. So a lot of work and effort's gone into, setting it up and getting our decorations and stuff in order. We've got over 15 actors that are coming. They're all Silver Cord Hour students from Southeast Pope. So they're going to donate their time that evening, plus several other people are coming to help with makeup and set up and do all sorts of other things to really go over the top this year. So we're pretty excited about that. That's the next fun thing.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Ronnie?
Third Street's cleaned up again for now. Waiting, for him to come and mow, and I bought 400 safe sanitizers again, but otherwise, that's, what happened last weekend. Otherwise, that's really all I've got.
Okay.
Dean Derek texted saying he's watching from home. All he has is the new guy is doing well and it's business as usual for them.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna not even report that, but he said he's watching from home, so I'm like, oh, I better read what he texted me.
Bill?
Wednesday I have Metro Waste Authority meeting, and Ronnie would like to tell us about the charging system.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I have had Tri-State come out and give us, well, they haven't gotten it to me yet, but they've come out and they've looked at Killinger Park. Right now, they're offering, it's Metro Waste that's offering it, right?
Yes.
They're offering a grant to put in a charging station, and shockingly enough, they're not as outrageously expensive as I thought. So and Killinger already is equipped with the power from Thomas Mitchell days in the past to run one, so we wouldn't even have to pay to have an electrician rerun wires there. The charging station, it'd be one, it could charge your car in the time you would eat lunch over at Team 36, or, go over to the library or check out Sharon's across the street. In an hour, it could give you 30 minutes of driving time, or 30 miles. So, and that would just go in the first stall right here off the alley. They're estimating between $200 and $2,500. No, we don't have a ton of Teslas and electric cars in town, but there are a lot of them, and I think it looks good when we look like we're progressive and we're ahead of things rather than getting hit with it from behind. So as soon as I get that, I'll let you guys know, because there will be some costs from the city. I think Metro Waste will only give us about $2,000 for this. It could be about $2,500 total. I thought he was gonna tell me like 10 grand, so I was like, I'll have him come out and we'll see. And when he said 2,500, I was pretty shocked.
And it won't just be for Teslas.
No.
It's just a regular generic station.
Like an EV.
Any electric vehicle, yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, Bill, I forgot all about that.
Nice.
I met with him twice last week.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. Never.
The only thing I had was we had the community center dinner, last Friday night, and it was a very good turnout for the fish fry, and really appreciate all the community coming out and helping us raise some money for the community center, so really good.
Okay.
Nothing new.
Okay. Steve?
Question, do we have a park and rec meeting?
That was top of my list.
So did we
I was
get,
gonna report.
did we get a agenda?
No. So we cannot have a park and rec meeting tomorrow night.
Good. That's what I was wondering.
You thought you missed out.
Well, I saw Ronnie's email earlier about.
Yeah, she never got
not getting
an agenda back.
So I just was curious on that. Yeah. No?
Nope, I have tomorrow night off now.
Well, Brent?
Next week, next Monday night, is a candidate forum put on the Mitchellville Development Group. Those who are running out of town, and anybody else wants to ask or get answered questions. That's about it.
Where's that at? Is that here or is it?
It's at the community center.
Community center, okay. Thank you.
My turn? Okay, no park and rec meeting tomorrow night. Today I had a couple hour meeting with our IT risk assessment ICAP dude. Pretty much took him around all the buildings. He had to take pictures of every computer we have, every risky area, risky IT stuff. IT is a little over my head, so I answered the questions as best I could. I don't know if you noticed, we have our new front door. If anyone didn't notice, I know that, because I'm like, okay, it's a new front door. They came last Wednesday. Tomorrow, the key card installation is supposed to happen. They have a big job at the Colfax school in Colfax, and so they're coming afterwards. But if that runs late, we may not get it done tomorrow, but if we do, we'll have new key card access to the front door effective tomorrow. The First Citizens Academy is scheduled for this Thursday night. Right now, it's supposed to be on city finances and council meetings. I have one person attending, so as of right now, since today was the deadline to apply for it, I'm canceling Citizens Academy on Thursday night. I hope that some of the future ones, maybe people are more interested in those topics so that they want to come. So that is canceled for this Thursday. P&Z met last week, October 12th, and they are looking at the comprehensive plan, and they're wanting to start moving forward and taking some action and looking into steps of annexation, both voluntary and involuntary, and kind of get the whole process down. So I'm setting up a couple speakers that'll come into them. ISU Extension Office is offering to come at a December or a January meeting and kind of walk through with them what to do, what not to do, here's what you should be doing, and that'll open up to council if they want to attend that one too. That date hasn't been set yet. I'm waiting to hear back from them. And I am potentially off this Friday for the weekend. I will be out of town, and I think that's all I have for now.
Okay. I really haven't got anything. Hopefully people will come on the 25th to the candidates night and hear from all the candidates and what they have to say, and so everybody can be more educated if we don't know who folks are for sure or what they're running on. That's our opportunity as citizens to come and learn.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone had a chance to watch it on Facebook, the interviews that were done with each of the candidates. So there's info out there if anybody wants to learn anything about them.
Okay. Anyone from the audience like to address the council? All right. Is there a motion to go to closed session?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Zook?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Roberts?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes.
Lawler?
Yes.
Okay. Closed session. Other than the council